Okay, here this is a little charcoal starter or charcoal chimney. We prefer to use natural lump charcoal. It doesn't have any chemicals, it's just the straight hardwood. Underneath it, put just some crumpled up newspaper. I've got a little bit of extra newspaper just for good measure on the end. And you can just light this in a couple places and you're off and starting. We'll show you what this looks like in a little while. Usually takes 20, 30, sometimes even 40 minutes to get it lit and ready for cooking. But we'll just let that go and we'll show you what it looks like when it's ready for cooking. While our charcoal's heating up, we're going to start a fire in the main fire chamber here, just to warm up the bricks. Get the smoker at a nice even temperature. So make sure you open up your vent at the top all the way. And then I've just made a fire down here out of just inexpensive wood. Don't worry about using your hardwood or anything like that. This is just going to be a quick hot fire to just to warm the smoking chamber up. When this is burned down, we'll add the lump charcoal and any hardwoods that we want to use to flavor the meat with. You'll notice here, this is our prototype, as we've said, and we've just got some cinder blocks holding up just a piece of old metal screen here. In the plans, we've included specifications for a nicer, more adjustable metal fire stand. This works. The solution in the plans is just a little bit more elegant. Alright, these are nice and done. You take a look at these. And you can see they're very hot and getting white, and these are ready to go. Usually just tap this on the grill, get anything loose out. And then we're just going to dump this right on that grate, just inside there. And you can see that that's obviously nice and hot. Be careful for any stragglers there. And I'm going to set this off to the side. What I like to do is use these charcoals as kind of the main heat source. Use them kind of to regulate, get a steady temperature. And then I'll take a hardwood log, this happens to be cherry, and I'll usually just set that on right on top, and that's what's going to give the flavor, the best smoke flavor. And here we'll show you some of these meats we've got going. We've just done some dry rub. These are country style pork ribs, and we'll put up the recipe for this rub. But you just want to put this on and let it sit for as long as you can. Ideally, 2 hours to 8 hours, just resting in the fridge. And then these are going to go right on the rack in here. Our prototype lid isn't hinged. We just take it out and set it there, but the hinge version that you see in the plans is a lot more convenient. And these can just go on there. You just want to make sure that they're not touching too much. You want enough space for the smoke and the heat to circulate around there. And you can just fill those up. These ones are some beef rib meat. We'll put those on here. This one has a little bit different rub. We'll show the recipe for that one as well. We'll be putting on some other meats and vegetables in here a little later, but those will just go on. And in a minute here, we'll talk to you about temperature regulation and some tricks for that. easiest way to do it is just to put in just a cheap barbecue thermometer here in the door, and this is going to give you an idea. And they have fancy ones where you can put probes in the meat and you can check the temperature without even opening the door, but that's not necessary. We'll regulate the amount of temperature and airflow using the vent here. So the further this is open, the more draw and the faster the fire is going to burn. If you close it, it retains more heat, but it also slows the fire down a little bit. So you'll get a feel for it as you cook of where you want that to slide. So we're just going to watch this. We're gonna watch it and try and keep it close to around 200. If it goes a little bit above or it goes a little bit below, that's just fine. So we'll watch that and we'll keep you posted. Okay, so these ribs have been in there for a little while. This is what they're looking like so far. So this may look like direct heat because it's directly over the fire, but it still qualifies as indirect heat or smoking because of the distance between the meat and the fire. So it's actually quite ideal temperature. You'll see we've also got some atomic buffalo turds in there, or ABTs. And those are just jalapenos halved, stuffed with cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and onions, and Parmesan. Wrapped in bacon, so those will be smoking off. And we're just kind of watching the temperature, and it's looking pretty good, right around 200. And we'll just continue to watch it. And if it starts to cool off, I'll probably just throw a little bit more charcoal on, and we will check in just a little bit. Alright, let's open this up and take a look. It's been cooking for almost 2 hours now. We threw some pineapple on there, and you can see that some of this is starting to cook pretty well. It looks like the jalapenos are going to need more time. We threw on some chicken. This chicken's probably done. And these are probably getting close. So I'll flip them over every now and then. This one, it was on the bottom shelf, maybe getting close to done. So the easiest way to determine if something's done is just to use a little meat thermometer. Looks like it's holding at about 136. So that's not quite done. Yeah, so that's not quite cooked. So we'll let it keep going, and we'll just kind of check on it every half hour or so.
That's good.
You like it?
Baby, I ate it. I'm gonna win.
You ate half of a jalapeno pepper.
What are these?
Zucchini.
These are huge zucchinis.
Yeah, it was like this big.
Orange stuff. It's good.
Did you get that on film?
Yeah, you should get it because that's how men eat, right?